Alright, so I got the oil out and yeah, examining this filter here, I really don't see any metal particles or any unusual particles for that matter. Just a couple of little bubbles and yeah, that's it actually. So that means that all the bashing of this engine over the season hasn't made the bearings or any metal surfaces to get in contact, which is great news. We might be reusing these bearings once again. But anyways, let's start with the disassembly from the up down. This is a true original Ford gasket. I've never seen one before, but yeah, I guess that's why this one didn't leak at all. This gasket seems in very good condition. It's got those seals here, see? I guess we'll reuse this. Maybe just add a thin layer of the sealant here, just for good measure. So let's see about this engine. To be honest, I'm quite amazed at just in how good of a condition this engine is. Keep in mind, this is an unopened engine. I'm not sure, or better yet, I have no idea how much mileage this engine has. We got a really minimal amount of deposits here on the pistons. As we can see, we will clean that up, but really that's not substantial at all. Also, everything looks relatively clean, as well as the heads we got here. You can see those are really clean, you know. Obviously they are covered in oil, but in a clean oil. Look at them, all nice and shiny. If we take a look at the combustion chambers here, we can also see they are relatively clean. So I guess using 100 octane fuel and quality oil has paid dividends over the past racing season. So we will continue to do so. See, these deposits just go off by themselves. Check it out. These are very clean heads. I am really happy to see this. Anyways, now let's turn this engine upside down and remove the oil pan to check the bearings. Oh my god. Better get some rags. Alright. Another thing I am very curious and I really wanted to investigate about this engine is that the coolant was very dirty, you know. It's like I couldn't wash it, you know, no matter how many times I've changed it. So I am actually looking for the source of that kind of a rusty color. Here now, obviously the water and oil are mixed, but you can see here, this is what I'm talking about. So I am going to go ahead and clean the whole engine and all the coolant passages as well, because I really don't like that inside my engine. I am kind of suspecting this water and oil heat exchanger, because those tend to rust inside. If they rust through, they even can cause the water and oil to mix between the two. So I will be investing this one closely as well. What's up, fellas? Welcome to the garage. Well, still working on the V6 Cologne 2.9 liter engine. What started as a quick replacement of the head bolts for safety reasons before upping the boost, now transformed into a full engine rebuild. Now this thing's escalating quickly is quite ever occurring around here. But think about it. This was a stock unopened engine, and it really makes sense when we have the heads off and oil sump off and everything to just disassemble the whole thing. So now, as you can see, I got the heads there, the camshaft, it's out. And now I'm just getting around popping these caps off. We will look at the condition of these bearings. I will say I have been checking these bearings a couple of years ago. Time flies. But anyways, now after that one racing season, I will disassemble all of this, check the condition of the bearings visually, and this time also check all the clearances using plastic gauge. This shouldn't take all that long. And also I have decided that despite this engine showing very good compression results, I will still pop the pistons out as well and just give the cylinders just a quick hone, just a quick deglazing, let's say. Again, while we're here, nothing too much. So let's go and pop these caps off. So we got the pistons here. As you can see, they are in just great condition. Barely any wear marks at all. And also, as we've seen before, minor carbon deposits on them. Some of the bearings do show a little bit of wear, so I will just go ahead and replace those while I'm here. But the pistons I think I will just clean, and yeah, they're good to go another round. Now let's see about the crankshaft bearings. Alright, so we're fully stripped here. I have to say that the cylinders bore are just perfect. No visible wear marks and no scratches at all. So that's perfect. But now I finally remember one very important thing. Good thing I remembered it now before I started putting the engine back together. So what would be a great and very sensible reason to put a perfectly good running stock engine, which you intend turboing, apart? Of course, the ring gap. On these engines, by my limited experience, the ring gap is pretty big. But now we got the perfect opportunity to check all the ring gaps on this very engine. So very good thing I remember that. How could I forget, man? I got totally too much things on my mind. Time to check the gaps. It's 0.70 millimeters. Perfect. .70. Okay, this one is a bit tighter. Let's grind it off a little.